And the first group that God indicts or accuses of causing a breach or gap are the prophets. Say the prophets. Ezekiel 22:25 tells us the conspiracies of her prophets. In her midst is like a roaring lion tearing the prey. They have devoured the people. They have taken treasure in precious things. They have made many widows in her midst. Bishop, the prophets, the ones who were to speak for God, they were to stand boldly and bring forth the message of God and be able to say, "Thus saith the Lord." But they didn't. With the authority of God, they were to deliver the message that God would have delivered. However, these prophets were not leading the people in the right way. Not only were they deceitful people, but verse 25 said that they were devouring souls. The prophets were leading the people astray with flattering and cunning and cute words that they wanted to hear. There were those who wanted to know, is there a word from the Lord? The prophet would stand forth and say, "Thus saith the Lord," when the Lord had not spoken at all. The prophets were treating God's word and their responsibility to God lightly. And if there was one brave enough to stand in opposition to these false prophets, they would persecute them to blood. Here's a breach. Here's a gap. There's a hole in the wall, an opening, and these false prophets are announcing false visions and making lying predictions. The prophets are the ones you think about when it comes to the hedge, to the breach, to the gap in the wall. Those who should be speaking for God, those who should be holding out before the people and say, "This is what the Lord said." And church, when I think about us, when the Lord looks up on us, our city, our nation, the gap in the wall, that breach, he looks first to the prophets. Where are the prophets who would say, "Thus saith the Lord"?